Hey coin enthusiasts, welcome back to Coin Collecting Hub, where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins. Today we're counting down the top 5 ultra-rare Lincoln Wheat penny coins, sharing their intriguing history and of course their incredible value. So let's jump right in. 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny is part of this iconic series. Over 1 billion of these pennies were minted in 1945, making it one of the most common dates for wheat pennies. They were produced in 3 different mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. Now, let's talk about the value. The condition of the coin plays a significant role in determining its worth. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect uncirculated coin. Most 1945 pennies you come across will be in circulated condition, typically ranging from good G4 to very fine VF20. In these conditions, the value is modest, usually between 3 to 10 cents. However, if you find a 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny in extremely fine condition EF40 or uncirculated condition MS60 or higher, the value can increase significantly. Uncirculated coins can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to over $20 depending on the grade. But that's not all. There are also some rare variations and errors that can make a 1945 penny even more valuable. For example, look out for the 1945 D over S Mint Mark error, where the Denver Mint Mark was stamped over a San Francisco Mint Mark. Coins with this error can be worth quite a bit more, sometimes fetching over $100 in higher grades. So how can you identify a valuable 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny? Start by checking the mint mark and overall condition of the coin. Look for any unusual features or errors. If you're unsure about the grade or value, consider consulting a professional coin grader or numismatist. 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Let's take a closer look at its key features. On the obverse, we see Lincoln's profile, facing right, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1951 to the right. If there's a mint mark, it will be located just below the date. On the reverse, the iconic wheat ears flank the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America above them. We see the Latin phrase "e pluribus unum," meaning out of many, one. Now, let's talk about the mint marks and their significance. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny comes in 3 varieties based on where they were minted: No Mint Mark for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. Each of these can affect the coin's value. In 1951, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 284 million pennies, the Denver Mint around 625 million, and the San Francisco Mint just over 136 million. Generally, the S Mint Mark coins are considered more valuable due to their lower mintage. But how much are these pennies worth today? The value of a 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny can vary significantly based on its condition and rarity. In circulated condition, a 1951 penny is typically worth between 3 to 10 cents. However, uncirculated or mint state coins can fetch higher prices. For instance, a 1951 D in mint state condition can be worth around $5 to $10, while a 1951 S might go for $10 to $20 or more. For the most accurate and up-to-date values, it's always a good idea to check reputable coin value guides or auction sites. Grading your coin professionally can also give you a better idea of its worth. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny is a fascinating piece of American history that's worth having in your collection. Its value may not make you rich, but the stories it carries are priceless. 1942 Lincoln Wheat penny. The year was 1942. The United States was fully engaged in World War II, and every resource was being directed toward the war effort. Despite the turmoil, the U.S. Mint continued to produce millions of coins for everyday use. Among these were the Lincoln Wheat pennies, a staple of American currency since their introduction in 1909. The 1942 Lincoln Wheat penny is a significant coin for several reasons. Let's start with its design. The obverse features the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse shows the iconic wheat ears, symbolizing the nation's agricultural heritage. Now let's talk about the specifics. The 1942 penny is made of 95% copper, with the remaining 5% composed of tin and zinc. It weighs about 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. But what makes this coin particularly interesting to collectors? One key aspect is the mint mark. In 1942, pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The mint mark can be found just below the date on the obverse side. While all versions are relatively common, those from the Denver and San Francisco mints are slightly more sought after by collectors. Condition or grade plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. The 1942 Lincoln penny ranges in value depending on its condition. Coins in average circulated condition might be worth around 20 to 50 cents. However, if you find one in mint state or uncirculated condition, its value can jump to several dollars. Coins graded MS-65 or higher can even fetch prices upwards of $15 to $20 or more. For example, a 1942 penny from the Philadelphia Mint in good G4 condition might be valued at around 20 cents. In extremely fine EF40 condition, it could be worth about $1.50 zero. And if you have a gem quality coin graded mint state 65 MS-65 MS-65, you're looking at around $15 or more. But what if you come across a 1942 penny with errors or unique features? Error coins can be worth significantly more. Look for things like double dies, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. These rarities can turn a modest penny into a valuable collector's item. So there you have it. The 1942 Lincoln Wheat penny is not only a piece of American history, but also a valuable item for collectors, depending on its mint mark, condition, and any unique features it might have. Whether you find one in your pocket change or decide to purchase one for your collection, understanding its value and history makes owning this coin even more special. 1958 Lincoln Wheat penny. Brenner's design replaced the Indian head cent, marking a significant shift in U.S. coinage. The reverse side of the penny, known as the wheat reverse, features 2 wheat stalks flanking the denomination, symbolizing America's agricultural heritage. Now, let's focus on the 1958 Lincoln Wheat penny itself. This year was the final year that the wheat reverse design was used, as it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. This makes the 1958 wheat penny a special piece for collectors. In 1958, over 252 million Lincoln Wheat pennies were minted in Philadelphia, and over 800 million in Denver, marked by a small D mint mark under the date. Because of their high mintage, 1958 pennies are relatively common, but their condition can greatly affect their value. Coin grading is crucial when determining the value of your 1958 Lincoln Wheat penny. Lower grades, like good or very good, typically value around a few cents above face value. However, higher grades, especially mint state, can be worth significantly more. A mint state 1958 penny can fetch anywhere from $5 to $10, and in exceptional cases, even higher. When grading a 1958 penny, look for key factors like the clarity of Lincoln's features, the sharpness of the wheat stalks, and the overall luster of the coin. Any wear, scratches, or discoloration can lower its grade and value. Don't forget to check for the D mint mark for Denver minted coins. While not rare, coins with errors or unique variations, like doubling or off-center strikes, can be particularly valuable to collectors. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1958 Lincoln Wheat penny, reputable auction sites and coin collector forums are great places to start. Always ensure you're dealing with trusted sellers and buyers to avoid counterfeit coins. 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny. Before we get into its value and rarity, let's explore the history behind the 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny. These pennies were minted as part of a long-standing tradition dating back to 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln. They feature the classic wheat ears reverse design, symbolizing national prosperity and unity. The 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. It has a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, with a diameter of 19 millimeters. Now, let's talk about its current value. The value of a 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny can vary based on its condition, mint mark, and rarity. Generally, coins in better condition fetch higher prices among collectors. As of current year, a circulated coin might be worth around 15 to 50 cents, while a mint state or uncirculated piece could range from $1 to $10 or more. Factors influencing the value include the coin's mint state MS grade, where MS60 is average and MS70 is perfect, and whether it has any mint errors or varieties. Some collectors also seek out coins with full wheat lines or certain toning patterns. If you're interested in starting a collection or adding this penny to your existing one, here are a few tips. Always buy from reputable dealers or sources to ensure authenticity. Consider storing your coins in protective holders to maintain their condition. And remember, collecting can be a rewarding hobby, whether for investment or personal enjoyment. Well, that wraps up our exploration of the 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny. From its rich history to its current value in the collector's market, this coin continues to captivate enthusiasts worldwide. 1997 1 cent. The 1997 US 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, is a staple in American currency. Let's explore its design, history, and what it's worth today. The Lincoln cent has a rich history, with its first design dating back to 1909. The 1997 version features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that started in 1959 and continued until 2008. So what was happening in 1997 when this coin was minted? The late 90s were a time of technological innovation and economic growth in the United States. The stock market was booming, and the internet was becoming a household necessity. Amidst all this, the U.S. Mint continued to produce billions of pennies to meet public demand. In 1997, the U.S. Mint produced over 13 billion 1 cent coins across its 4 facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and West Point. Most of these pennies were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, which can be identified by the lack of a mint mark on Philadelphia coins and a D on Denver coins. The 1997 Lincoln cent is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a change that was implemented in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper. These modern pennies are lighter than their predecessors, weighing just 2.5 grams. Now, let's talk about the value of these coins. Generally, a 1997 penny is worth its face value of 1 cent. However, uncirculated coins or those with errors can be worth more to collectors. An uncirculated 1997 penny might fetch around 30 cents to $1. High-grade examples graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can be valued higher, sometimes up to $15 if they are in pristine condition. Keep an eye out for error coins. Some 1997 pennies have noticeable minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or filled dies. These errors can significantly increase the coin's value, sometimes ranging from $50 to even a few $100s depending on the rarity and type of error. 1964 1 cent. The 1964 Lincoln cent is an interesting piece for many collectors. This coin was minted during a time of significant change in the United States, both socially and economically. But before we dive into its historical context, let's talk about the coin's design. On the obverse side, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Lincoln's portrait is accompanied by the words "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1964 on the right. Flipping the coin over to the reverse side, we see the wheat ears design, which was used from 1909 until 1958. By 1964, however, the reverse had been updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparro. This change was made in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Now, let's place the 1964 Lincoln cent in its historical context. The early 1960s were marked by the Civil Rights Movement and significant economic growth in the United States. This coin was one of the last to be made from the traditional bronze composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc before the switch to a predominantly copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. 1964 was also a crucial year for the U.S. Mint. The country was experiencing a coin shortage, leading to increased production. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced an astonishing number of pennies, over 2.6 billion combined. This massive production run is one reason why 1964 pennies are relatively common today. So what about the value of a 1964 Lincoln cent? Generally, these coins are not rare, and their value in circulated condition is typically just a few cents. However, there are exceptions. Uncirculated or proof coins, especially those with a high grade, can be worth more. For example, a 1964 penny in mint state condition can fetch anywhere from $0.10, $1.0. If you happen to find a proof coin, it could be worth even more. Grading plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. A coin in mint state MS65 condition will be worth significantly more than one in good G4 condition. So, if you have a 1964 penny, it's worth taking a closer look to see its condition. Another factor to consider is any mint errors or varieties. While there aren't many known major varieties for the 1964 Lincoln cent, any mint errors, like doubling or off-center strikes, can increase the coin's value significantly. 1968 1 cent, a bot. The 1968 1 cent coin, often referred to as the Lincoln cent, features the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design that was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse side of the coin, at the time, displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design in use from 1959 until 2008. The year 1968 was a tumultuous time in American history. The country was deep in the Vietnam War, and the civil rights movement was in full swing. It was also a significant year for coin collectors, as the U.S. Mint made several changes to its production processes. In 1968, the U.S. Mint produced the 1 cent coin in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint do not have a mint mark, while those from Denver and San Francisco are marked with a D and S respectively. The composition of the coin remained largely the same as in previous years, made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. One interesting aspect of the 1968 Lincoln cent is the variations in mint marks. The San Francisco minted coins, in particular, can be more valuable, especially in higher grades, or if they display certain anomalies like doubling. Always check for the S mint mark when examining 1968 pennies. So what is the value of a 1968 US 1 cent coin today? It depends on the coin's condition or grade and the mint mark. In circulated condition, these coins are usually worth just their face value, 1 cent. However, in uncirculated or proof condition, their value can increase significantly. For instance, a 1968 S-proof penny in pristine condition can be worth around $1 to $2, while a high-grade uncirculated coin can fetch anywhere from $5 to $15 or more. For collectors, it's important to properly store and handle your coins to maintain their condition. Using gloves, coin holders, and keeping them in a controlled environment can help preserve their value. Additionally, getting your coins graded by a professional service can give you a better idea of their worth and authenticity. 1971 1 cent. The obverse, or front of the coin, features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been in use since 1909, commemorating Lincoln's 100th birthday. On the reverse side, we have the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny depiction of the statue of Lincoln inside the memorial. Now, let's talk about the coin's composition. In 1971, the penny was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This copper-rich composition is part of what makes older pennies like this one interesting to collectors. The edge of the 1971 penny is smooth, as is typical for us 1 cent coins. In 1971, the U.S. Mint produced pennies in both Philadelphia and Denver. You can identify which mint your penny comes from by looking for the mint mark. Coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver bear a small D on the obverse side, just below the date. Mint marks aren't the only things collectors look for. Error coins, such as those with double dies or off-center strikes, can significantly increase a penny's value. Always check your coins carefully. Speaking of value, the condition of your 1971 penny plays a crucial role. In general, circulated coins in good condition are worth around their face value, but uncirculated coins can fetch a higher price. For example, a mint state 1971 penny can be worth anywhere from 30 cents to several dollars, depending on its condition and market demand. Rarity also impacts value. While the 1971 penny is not particularly rare, Certain factors like mint errors or exceptionally high-grade specimens can make your coin more valuable to collectors. If you're interested in collecting, here are a few tips. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Store them in a cool, dry place, and consider using protective cases to prevent damage. 1980 1 cent. The 1980 US 1 cent coin, commonly known as the penny, is a staple in American currency. This coin features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This design has been in place since 1959, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1980 penny, let's take a quick look at its history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent. This was a significant shift, as it was the first time a real person's likeness appeared on an American coin. Now, let's focus on the 1980 penny. These coins were minted in large quantities, with over 7 billion produced across the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The Philadelphia mint produced the most, with no mint mark, while the Denver coins carry a small D, and the San Francisco proof coins are marked with an S. To identify where your 1980 penny was minted, look just below the date on the obverse side. If there's no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia. EAD indicates Denver, and an S shows it's a proof coin from San Francisco. The 1980 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, with a weight of 3.11 grams. This composition remained until 1982, when rising copper prices led to a switch to a predominantly zinc coin with a thin copper coating. 1980 was a notable year in American history. Ronald Reagan was elected president. The U.S. faced significant economic challenges with high inflation, and the country was still reeling from the aftermath of the Vietnam War. Coins from this year carry a piece of that historical context, making them more than just currency. So what's a 1980 penny worth today? In circulated condition, these pennies are generally worth their face value of 1 cent. However, uncirculated and proof coins can fetch higher prices among collectors. An uncirculated 1980 penny can be worth about 25 cents to $1, depending on its condition. Proof coins can be even more valuable, especially if they are in pristine condition. If you're looking to preserve your 1980 pennies, make sure to store them in a cool, dry place. Use coin holders or albums to protect them from scratches and environmental damage. Handling them with clean hands or gloves will also help maintain their condition. The 1980 US 1 cent coin is a fascinating piece of American history, offering insight into the nation's past and the evolution of its currency. Whether you're collecting for historical interest, numismatic value, or just for fun, the 1980 penny is a worthy addition to any collection. $1/2. We're taking a closer look at the 1971 half-dollar coin. This coin is not just a piece of currency, but a slice of American history. First, let's talk about its background. The 1971 half-dollar, also known as the Kennedy half-dollar, was minted to honor the late President John F. Kennedy. This tradition started in 1964, just months after his tragic assassination. By 1971, these coins had become a staple in American currency. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse side, you'll see the iconic portrait of President Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. The reverse side features the presidential seal, a design by Frank Gasparo. This combination makes the coin a true work of art. Now, let's get into some specifics about the 1971 edition. This year marked the first time the half-dollar was minted without any silver content. Previous coins contained 40% silver, but from 1971 onwards, they were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. This change was part of a broader shift away from using precious metals in everyday currency. The coin weighs 11.34 grams and has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, which has remained consistent over the years. Collectors often look for coins in pristine condition. The value of a 1971 half-dollar can vary widely. For a coin in circulated condition, it's usually worth face value, 50 cents. However, uncirculated or proof versions can be worth significantly more. For example, a 1971 half-dollar in mint state MS65 condition can fetch anywhere from $5 to $10. Proof coins, especially those graded PR65 or higher, can be worth even more, sometimes up to $15 or $20. But what makes the 1971 half dollar truly special isn't just its monetary value. It's a reminder of a significant period in American history and a tribute to a beloved president. President Kennedy's legacy continues to resonate with many Americans, and having a piece of that history in your collection is invaluable. So, whether you're a collector or just someone interested in American history, the 1971 half dollar is a fascinating coin to own. Remember to check the condition of your coin and, if possible, get it graded by a professional for an accurate valuation. 1973 half dollar. Let's talk about the history of the 1973 half dollar. The coin features the portrait of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, on the obverse or front side. This design was created by Gilroy Roberts and first appeared on the half dollar in 1964, just months after Kennedy's assassination. The reverse side, designed by Frank Gasparo, showcases the presidential seal. In 1973, these coins were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, which can be identified by the mint mark P or D located on the obverse side, just below Kennedy's neck. There was also a special set minted in San Francisco, marked with an S, known as proof coins. Now, you might wonder why the 1973 half dollar is significant. Unlike other years, these coins were not released into general circulation. They were only included in mint sets and proof sets, making them less common in pocket change and more desirable for collectors. Let's talk value. The value of a 1973 half dollar can vary based on its condition and the mint mark. For example, a coin in average circulated condition might be worth around its face value of 50 cents. However, uncirculated coins and proof coins can be worth significantly more. An uncirculated 1973 half dollar from the Philadelphia or Denver Mint can fetch between $2 and $5 depending on its grade. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are often valued higher, typically ranging from $5 to $10. If you have a coin in pristine condition, you might even see higher prices. Coin grading plays a crucial role in determining the value of your 1973 half dollar. The grading scale ranges from good G, which shows heavy wear, to mint state MS, which is flawless. Proof coins are designated with a PR followed by a number, indicating their quality. To maximize the value of your collection, it's essential to keep your coins in the best condition possible. Store them in protective holders and avoid touching them directly with your fingers to prevent oils and dirt from causing damage. In conclusion, the 1973 half dollar coin is a valuable piece for any collector due to its limited release and historical significance. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or simply admire these coins, understanding their history and value is key to appreciating their place in numismatic history. 1977 half dollar coin. The 1977 half dollar was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. You can distinguish between them by the mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver feature a small D located just above the date on the obverse side of the coin. The obverse of the 1977 half dollar features a left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. This design was first introduced in 1964, shortly after Kennedy's assassination, and has since become an iconic representation of the late president. On the reverse, we see the presidential seal, designed by Frank Gasparo. This design includes a heraldic eagle with a shield, holding an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. Above the eagle, there's a ring of 50 stars representing the states of the Union. The 1970s were a time of economic turbulence, marked by high inflation and changes in monetary policy. In 1977, the face value of 50 cents had much more purchasing power than it does today. This historical context adds an extra layer of interest for collectors. Now let's talk about the value of the 1977 half dollar. In circulated condition, these coins are typically worth their face value of 50 cents. However, uncirculated coins, which have never been used in transactions and show no wear, can be worth more. An uncirculated 1977 half dollar might fetch between $1 and $5, depending on its condition and mint mark. The value of a 1977 half dollar can also increase if it is graded by a professional coin grading service. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating better preservation and detail. A coin graded MS65 or higher can be particularly valuable. Rare and high-quality examples of the 1977 half dollar can sometimes be found at coin shows and auctions. Collectors often seek out these venues to find specific coins to complete their collections or to discover unique pieces. Collecting coins is more than just a hobby. It's a way to connect with history and appreciate the artistry involved in coin design. The 1977 half dollar is a perfect example of this, offering a glimpse into a pivotal era of American history. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of the 1977 half dollar. 1960 Jefferson nickel. In 1960, there were two major mints producing Jefferson nickels: the Philadelphia Mint, which produced 55 million coins, and the Denver Mint, which produced around 193 million. This high production volume makes the 1960 nickel relatively common in circulation today. But not all 1960 nickels are created equal. When evaluating the value of these coins, condition is key. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating a better state of preservation. For example, a 1960 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition might be worth around 10 to 20 cents. However, if you have one in mint state, it could be worth a few dollars. Coins with full steps on Monticello can fetch even higher prices. Full steps indicate a very well-struck coin with clear details on Monticello's steps, and collectors pay a premium for these. An interesting fact about the 1960 Jefferson nickel is its composition. These coins are made of an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a blend that has remained consistent over the years. Don't forget about proof coins. The Philadelphia Mint also produced proof versions of the 1960 Jefferson nickel. These were specially made for collectors and have a much sharper detail and mirror-like finish. Proof nickels from 1960 can be worth significantly more than their regular counterparts, especially if they're still in their original mint packaging. 1971 Jefferson nickel. The 1971 Jefferson nickel was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's how you can identify where your nickel was minted. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, D mint mark, located to the right of Monticello on the reverse side. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark in the same location. Philadelphia produced the highest number, while San Francisco minted the least, primarily for proof sets. 1971 was an interesting year for the US. Mint. The country was moving away from the silver coinage of the early 60s, and the nickel composition was firmly established. Each 1971 Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that distinctive silvery appearance. Let's talk numbers. In 1971, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 106 million nickels, the Denver Mint about 316 million, and the San Francisco Mint produced a little over 3 million proof coins. But what does this mean for collectors? The value of a 1971 Jefferson nickel varies based on its condition and mint mark. Most circulated nickels from this year are worth face value, but uncirculated and proof versions can fetch higher prices. For example, yes, circulated condition typically worth face value. Uncirculated condition can range from $0.25 to $5 depending on the grade. Proof condition proof nickels from San Francisco can range from $1 to $5, with exceptionally high-grade examples reaching higher prices. Grading plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no flaws. Most 1971 nickels found in pocket change will grade between VF very fine 20 and EF extremely fine 40, but uncirculated coins MS60 and above and proofs are where you'll see the higher values. For collectors, finding a high-grade 1971 Jefferson nickel, especially from Philadelphia or Denver, can be quite rewarding. Proof versions from San Francisco are generally more sought after by collectors due to their limited mintage and superior strike quality. 1981 Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel has a rich history, and the 1981 edition is no exception. First minted in 1938, this coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag. The reverse showcases Jefferson's iconic home, Monticello. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced Jefferson nickels at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver have a D and the ones from San Francisco bear an S. The S-marked coins are particularly special as they are proof coins, made with a higher quality finish for collectors. Now let's talk about the value of these coins. The value of a 1981 Jefferson nickel can vary based on its condition and mint mark. For circulated coins, the value typically stays around face value, that's 5 cents. However, uncirculated and proof coins can be worth more. For instance, an uncirculated 1981 Jefferson nickel from Philadelphia or Denver might be worth around 10 to 50 cents, depending on its grade. Proof coins from San Francisco, especially those in perfect condition, can fetch a few dollars. But keep an eye out for coins in exceptional condition or with errors. Mint errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, can significantly increase a coin's value. It's always a good idea to have such coins evaluated by a professional. So why should you care about the 1981 Jefferson nickel? Apart from their monetary value, these coins are a tangible piece of American history. They reflect the era's craftsmanship and the evolution of coin minting technology. 1987 Jefferson nickel. The 1987 Jefferson nickel was minted in two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. You can identify where your nickel was minted by looking for a small letter on the right side of Monticello on the reverse. If there's no letter, it was minted in Philadelphia. If you see a D, it was minted in Denver. In 1987, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 682 million nickels, while the Denver Mint produced around 442 million. This high mintage means that these coins are relatively common, but they still hold interest for collectors due to their historical significance and condition. When it comes to value, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role. Here's a quick breakdown. Circulated condition: most 1987 nickels found in pocket change are in circulated condition. These typically have a value of 5 to 10 cents, slightly above their face value. An uncirculated 1987 nickel, one that shows no signs of wear, can be worth more. Prices range from 50 cents to a few dollars, depending on the coin's luster and any noticeable flaws. For collectors, proof versions of the 1987 nickel are especially prized. These were struck with a special process for collectors and are typically sold at a premium. A 1987 proof nickel can fetch around $1 to $5 depending on its condition. Proof nickels are distinguished by their mirror-like finish and sharper details. These coins were minted in San Francisco and bear an S mint mark. They were not intended for general circulation, making them highly collectible. So why collect 1987 Jefferson nickels? For many, it's about more than just value. These coins are a piece of American history, reflecting the artistry and craftsmanship of their time. Plus, they're a great way to start a coin collection without breaking the bank. Whether you're hoping to find a rare gem or just appreciate the beauty of everyday currency, the 1987 Jefferson nickel offers a little something for everyone. Next time you come across one, take a moment to admire its history and craftsmanship. 1990 Jefferson nickel. The 1990 Jefferson nickel carries forward this iconic design. Struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, these coins bear the P or D mint mark on the right side of Monticello. Now, let's talk about the specifics of the 1990 Jefferson nickel. Over 663 million nickels were minted in Philadelphia and more than 1 billion in Denver. This high mintage means that most 1990 nickels are not rare and are readily available in circulation. But what about the value? In circulated condition, these nickels are typically worth their face value of 5 cents. However, uncirculated and high-grade specimens can fetch higher prices. A 1990 nickel in MS65 condition, for example, might sell for a few dollars. Coin grading is crucial when determining the value of a Jefferson nickel. MS or mint state grades range from 60 to 70. Coins graded MS65 or higher are particularly sought after by collectors. For those interested in collecting, finding a 1990 Jefferson nickel with full steps FS on Monticello's stairs can be especially rewarding. These details are often weakly struck, so a coin with 5 or 6 full steps is rare and more valuable. A 1990 Jefferson nickel with full steps can be worth significantly more, depending on its grade. In MS65 FS, the coin might be valued around $10 to $20 or more, depending on the market. In summary, while the 1990 Jefferson nickel is common in circulation, collectors prize high-grade and full-step examples. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, understanding these nuances can enhance your appreciation and valuation of your collection. 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Now, let's take a closer look at the 1935 Lincoln Wheat penny itself. On the obverse, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln with the word liberty to his left and the year 1935 to his right. The motto "In God We Trust" arches over Lincoln's head. On the reverse, the wheat ears flank the phrases 1 cent and United States of America, with the motto "E pluribus unum" above. In 1935, both the Philadelphia No Mint Mark and Denver D Mint Mark mints produced the Lincoln Wheat penny. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 245 million coins, while the Denver Mint produced about 47 million. Despite these large numbers, the 1935 penny remains a popular choice among collectors. Let's talk about value. The worth of a 1935 Lincoln Wheat penny varies significantly based on its condition. Here's a quick rundown. In good G4 condition, a 1935 penny from the Philadelphia Mint is worth about $0.15. A Denver Mint penny is worth about $0.20. In fine F12 condition, the Philadelphia penny is worth around $0.25, the Denver penny about $0.30. In extremely fine EF40 condition, values rise to about $0.75 the Philadelphia Mint and $1.00 the Denver Mint. Uncirculated MS-60 coins are the most valuable, with Philadelphia Mint pennies worth around $5.00. Denver Mint pennies approximately $7.00. High-grade uncirculated coins, particularly those with a red RD designation, can fetch significantly higher prices. When collecting 1935 Lincoln Wheat pennies, there are a few key things to look for. First, check the overall condition of the coin. Even minor wear can significantly affect its value. Pay close attention to Lincoln's cheek and jawline, as well as the wheat stalks on the reverse, as these areas are prone to wear. Additionally, be on the lookout for any mint errors, such as double dies or repunched mint marks, as these can substantially increase a coin's value. One interesting aspect of the 1935 Lincoln penny is the potential for finding varieties and errors. Some pennies from this year featured doubling, especially on the obverse. Always use a magnifying glass or a coin loop to examine your pennies closely for any unusual features. 1952 Wheat penny. The Lincoln Wheat penny, also known as the wheat cent, was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat penny is part of this historic series, which ran until 1958 before the design was changed to the Lincoln Memorial reverse. On the obverse or front side, we have the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Brenner's initials, VDB, can be found on the shoulder of Lincoln's bust. Surrounding Lincoln's portrait are the words "In God We Trust Liberty" and the year 1952. Turning to the reverse, you'll see two stalks of wheat on either side, framing the words 1 cent United States of America and the Latin phrase "E pluribus unum," which means out of many. This iconic design is a tribute to America's agricultural heritage and symbolizes prosperity. In 1952, Lincoln Wheat pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a quick rundown of their mintages. Philadelphia No Mint Mark, approximately 186.8 million coins. Denver D Mint Mark, approximately 746.1 million coins. San Francisco S Mint Mark, approximately 137.8 million coins. It's worth noting that the Denver Mint produced significantly more pennies than the other 2 mints combined. The value of a 1952 Lincoln Wheat penny can vary greatly depending on its condition, mint mark, and rarity. Let's break it down by condition. Good G4, these coins are heavily worn, but their major details are still visible. They typically sell for around 10 to 20 cents. Fine F12 coins in fine condition show moderate wear, with more details visible. These can be valued between 20 and 50 cents. Extra fine EF40, these pennies have light wear and sharper details, ranging from $1 to $3. Uncirculated MS60 and above mint state coins with no wear can range from $5 to $15 or more, depending on the grade. Special varieties or error coins, such as those with double die verses or other minting errors, can be worth significantly more to collectors. If you're looking to add a 1952 Lincoln Wheat penny to your collection, here are a few tips. Check for mint marks. Pay attention to the mint marks, especially those from the San Francisco Mint, as they tend to be scarcer. Inspect the condition. Use a magnifying glass to examine the coin's details and surface for signs of wear or damage. Look for errors. Keep an eye out for any unusual features, such as double dies or other mint errors, which can increase the coin's value. Store properly to preserve the coin's condition. Store it in a protective holder and keep it away from moisture and extreme temperatures. 1953 Wheat Penny. In 1953, the United States was still recovering from World War II, and the economy was booming. Coins minted during this period hold a special place in American history. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny was struck in 3 mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Let's take a closer look at the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The obverse side features Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which has been a staple of the penny since 1909. On the reverse, the 2 wheat ears surround the words 1 cent United States of America and the Latin motto E pluribus unum. The 1953 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a distinct reddish-brown hue. It has a diameter of 19 millimeters and weighs 3.11 grams. These specifications remained consistent for wheat pennies until 1982. In 1953, the mintage numbers were as follows: Philadelphia approximately 256 million, Denver approximately 700 million, San Francisco approximately 182 million. While these numbers might seem high, not all 1953 pennies are created equal. Coins in mint condition, especially those with the S mint mark, are relatively scarcer and can be more valuable. The value of a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny varies greatly based on its condition, also known as its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from good G4 to mint state MS70. Here are some estimated values. Good G4 worth around 10 to 15 cents. Fine F12 worth around 20 to 30 cents. Extremely fine EF40 worth around 50 cents to $1. About uncirculated O50 worth around $1 to $2. Mint state MS63 worth around $5 to $10. Mint state Mississippi 65 and above worth $15 to $50 or more. Proof versions, struck for collectors, can be worth even more. The highest values are reserved for coins with strong strikes, excellent luster, and minimal imperfections. If you're looking to add a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny to your collection, here are some tips. Check for key features. Ensure the coin has clear details on Lincoln's portrait and the wheat ears. Look for mint marks. Coins with S or D mint marks might be more valuable, especially in higher grades. Store properly. Use protective holders to prevent oxidation and handle your coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Get your coins graded. Professional grading can authenticate and potentially increase the value of your coin. 1937 Wheat Penny. The Wheat Penny, also known as the Lincoln Cent, was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1937 Wheat Penny is part of this series, minted during a time when the United States was recovering from the Great Depression. On the obverse, or front, of the 1937 Wheat Penny, you'll see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The year 1937 is minted just below Lincoln's image. On the reverse, we have 2 stalks of wheat flanking the words 1 cent and United States of America. This design was meant to symbolize prosperity and abundance. Now, let's talk about mint marks. The 1937 Wheat Penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia Mint produced the most, making these pennies the most common. The Denver and San Francisco pennies are slightly rarer, with the San Francisco Mint producing the least amount. Finding a 1937 S in good condition can be quite exciting for collectors. The value of a 1937 Wheat Penny can vary greatly depending on its condition or grade. In general, a 1937 Wheat Penny in average circulated condition is worth around 10 to 20 cents. However, in uncirculated, mint condition, these pennies can fetch anywhere from $5 to $20. The rarest and highest graded pennies can even go for more. Several factors can affect the value of your 1937 Wheat Penny. These include condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Mint mark, as we mentioned, the mint location can influence value. Errors: look out for mint errors like double dies or off-center strikes. These can make your penny much more valuable. Demand: collector demand can fluctuate, affecting market prices. Did you know? The wheat penny was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. Also, the designer, Victor David Brenner, had his initials, VDB, placed on the reverse of the first 1909 pennies, which caused a bit of controversy and was quickly removed. If you're looking to start or expand your collection, here are a few tips. Storage: keep your coins in a cool, dry place and consider using coin holders or albums to protect them. Research: stay informed about market trends and values. Authentication: if you think you have a valuable coin, consider getting it professionally graded. That's it for today's deep dive into the 1937 wheat penny. 1946 wheat penny. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny was minted right after World War II, a time when America was transitioning from wartime production back to civilian life. This penny holds a unique place in history, reflecting a period of economic growth and change. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark can affect the coin's value, so let's break it down. Philadelphia minted the highest number of these pennies, with no mint mark. Denver pennies have a D mint mark. San Francisco pennies feature an S mint mark. Now, let's talk about the technical specifications of the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny. Composition: 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.05 m. Thickness: 1.52 mm. Edge: plain. These details are crucial when identifying and verifying the authenticity of your coin. Fair value is one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. The value of a 1946 Lincoln wheat penny varies significantly based on its condition and mint mark. Good G4 $0.05, $50.10. Very fine VF 20 $0.20, $00.50. Extremely fine EF 40 $0.50, $01. Uncirculated MS 61 $03. Brilliant uncirculated MS 65 $5.00. Coins with higher grades, such as those in mint state, are significantly more valuable. Additionally, pennies with unique errors or exceptional luster can fetch a premium. Speaking of errors, the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny has some notable varieties that collectors seek out. Die cracks: cracks in the die can create raised lines on the coin. Double die: this error can make the date or lettering appear doubled. Off-center strikes: these occur when the coin is not properly aligned during striking. These errors can significantly increase the value of a coin, so keep an eye out for them. In conclusion, the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny is a fascinating piece of American history and a valuable addition to any collection. Whether you're hunting for high-grade examples or unique errors, there's always something new to discover. 1945 wheat penny. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is a numismatic treasure sought after by collectors worldwide. Minted during the final year of World War II, this coin carries a unique historical significance. In 1945, America was in the midst of victory in Europe and facing the final months of the war in the Pacific. Meanwhile, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of these small copper coins, each with the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the classic wheat ears design on the reverse. Today, collectors are drawn to the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny for both its historical context and its rarity. Despite its common production during the war years, certain variations in minting errors can significantly increase its value. The value of a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny depends on several factors, including its condition, mint mark, and any potential errors during the minting process. For example, a coin with a D mint mark from the Denver Mint might fetch a higher price than those from other mints due to its scarcity. For collectors, each 1945 Lincoln wheat penny represents a piece of American history and a glimpse into the past. The thrill of finding one in excellent condition or with a rare minting error adds to the excitement of coin collecting. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a favorite among collectors because it symbolizes the resilience of the American spirit during a time of global conflict. Its value can range from a few cents to hundreds of dollars, depending on its unique features. 1955 Lincoln Penny. The 1955 Wheat Penny is a standout among coin collectors for several reasons. First off, its value can vary significantly based on its condition and where it was minted. Generally, a typical circulated 1955 penny can range from a few cents to a couple of dollars. However, if you have one in pristine condition or from a rare mint, such as the San Francisco Mint, its value could skyrocket. The key factors that influence its value include its mint state MS grade, any errors or unique features, and of course the demand among collectors. Coins with errors or those in higher grades can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. Now, let's delve into the history behind the 1955 Wheat Penny. This coin was part of the long-running Lincoln Wheat Cent series, minted from 1909 to 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, these pennies are iconic for their depiction of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks on the reverse until 1959. The 1955 penny was minted in large quantities across multiple mint locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. Each mint mark affects the coin's rarity and value, with the San Francisco minted pennies typically being the rarest and most sought after by collectors. Did you know? The 1955 penny is also famous for a specific variety known as the double die error. This error occurred during the minting process, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. If you stumble upon one of these, it could be worth thousands of dollars. For those interested in starting a coin collection or already have one going, the 1955 Wheat Penny is a great addition due to its historical significance and potential value. Keep an eye out for them in your pocket change or consider checking out local coin shops and online auctions to find your own piece of history. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the 1955 Wheat Penny. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, hopefully you've gained some valuable insights into this iconic coin. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin collecting content like this. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting.